not real. It's a dream. It's not real.
Oh my God! I immediately fell to the ground and I cried.
Call Grandpa! We got a guy who just killed a child.
What we walked into really turned out to be a bit of a shock.
Anybody home with you guys right now?
Who knows what he can do?
One of the first things we look for, who has a video camera?
That's it. I'm positive.
We have to play their game.
Why? We always have a backup.
Sometimes we have to think like a killer to catch a killer.
He comes stumbling back in, and I see blood.
Walmart Police. Walmart, Falmouth County. First stabbing.
Please, my niece is on.
Ma'am, listen to me. I need you to take a breath for me, okay?
I am. Please.
Okay, where is she now?
She's on my floor. Please. Just get a cop here.
When the call came in, I was just a few blocks south of that, so I basically headed directly there. And I activated my body camera.
Not for that.
We didn't know at that point really who the victim was, and we didn't know the extent of their injuries when we arrived. So what we walked into really turned out to be a bit of a shock.
Oh my God!
While I was walking up, you could hear screaming.
Dad, please!
My focus at that time was just getting into the house and getting to the victim.
Where's the staff?
As I walked in, you could see it looked like a bloody handprint on the wall, kind of smeared down, kind of going down to where this girl was laying.
Madison, stay with us.
Oh, come on, back up.
The other people in the house actually turned out to be members of her family.
Calm down.
Madison, stay with us.
At that point, we learned that her name was Madison.
Madison, stay with us. Madison.
I kept trying to tell myself that it's gonna be okay. You know, she's gonna be okay.
Madison was my little sister, but she was also my best friend. I just heard Madison and stabbed. And so the whole world froze.
God. Oh my God.
No.
Whoa, brother. Oh, that's my daughter, man.
I got some freaking evidence. My head.
I'm sorry.
Call Grandpa now. Call Grandpa.
But it became very clear that while we did need to get her stabilized, we did need to get her to a hospital.
Hang in there, Maddie. Come on, Maddie.
Move them away from the
Come on, Maddie.
Guys, come on, just go stand over there, guys. You have her family members in the background, screaming and calling out for her. They're all very obviously upset, and it winds up almost being kind of like this organized chaos.
I can't look.
Come on, Maddie.
You alright?
Yeah.
You guys see anything?
They're going to switch me before they pass out from work.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Are you going to,
I think they're on the phone with the doc now.
say what?
They're on the phone with the doc now, probably for announcement maybe.
Seriously?
I'm not too sure yet. I'm talking now.
I really felt like we gave her the best fighting chance, and we really hoped that she was going to make it through it. I found out a little while later that doctors at the hospital did declare her dead.
We grew up in Florida. We had a smaller family. After our mom passed away, I immediately took the role as, trying to be a role model for her. When I saw Madison, I kind of knew that she wasn't gonna make it. I was waiting outside the hospital, and I said, "Is my sister dead?" And he didn't answer me. And so when he didn't answer me, I knew that my sister was dead.
They weren't telling us anything. I just wanted to go in. I just wanted to go in and see my kid. Say goodbye. I don't know. I just wanted to see my daughter. And they wouldn't let us. It was really surreal. Tina said, what are we supposed to do now? Just go home, go to sleep like nothing ever happened? And that's what happened.
Back at the crime scene, the murder investigation begins.
I remember the likely murder weapon was laying on the ground right at the end of the driveway, right where it meets the street. And I remember looking down, and it was a long steak knife blade. Seeing that blade made it clear how Madison's injuries were so severe.
As I entered into the residence, I observed the foyer area, and it was saturated with Madison's blood.
What got me more attached to this investigation is her age. She was a young girl.
Back at the house, officers interview Madison's family, starting with Madison's aunt, Casey Wells, who discovered Madison and called 911.
Casey brought her over to her house. Casey stated that Madison went outside for approximately an hour. Someone called Madison outside to speak with her that night.
What time was this when she came here and said she was going to go out there?
Like around 9:30, 9:40.
So 9:30?
So then she comes stumbling back in, and I see blood.
Upon Madison returning into the residence, she stated to Casey, "He stabbed me," and collapsed to the floor in the foyer. And that's when Casey called 911.
It's just weird, and this whole relationship has been weird to me. And she had cut me out of her life because I kind of sensed something. I had a weird feeling from the gate about him, but
so
this was really crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
But I called her because I was like, and she had told me they'd broken up or whatever. They broke up.
Brian, what? You still know your last name? It's gotta be the same. What's his last name?
His name's Cordero. C-O-R-R-E. What? If I'm correct. Your boyfriend, Brian Cordero.
He described him as an Hispanic male, around 19, maybe 20 years.
Madison and Brian were in a relationship for approximately 1 year. That's a long time. Also, they worked together at a restaurant in Long Branch. It's a red flag for law enforcement, and we need to look at that person.
Detectives return to the crime scene to locate surveillance cameras in the area.
During the canvass, I know they located cameras on Ocean Avenue at a residence.
The camera is just 1 block from the murder scene. Police queue up the footage to 10:39 p.m.
Forget, there was a couple of surveillance cameras right there pointing to a side street where we see him walking toward the house. Another camera showed him walking into the back area where there were some people hanging out drinking. So our objective was to get the subject as soon as possible.
Detectives dispatch officers to the house seen on camera to make an arrest.
We got a guy who just killed a child, and he's out there. Who knows what he can do? We made a decision. Let's go to this house. We got to the house. We knocked on the door. When you open the door, the kitchen's right there, and I see him. That's Brian.
Detectives transport Brian back to the station for questioning.
They were taking off his sneakers, and he uttered the word bye, like saying goodbye to them. He tried to run out the booking area.
There was a big sergeant at the time that was able to grab him before he got away. Brian, how you doing? How you doing, Brian? I'm late for the Daryl. Okay?
Hi, Brian. Joka딸이.
Brian, I'm waiting right.
When I'm about to interview a suspect, it's so important to have a rapport with these individuals, because if you don't, they're not gonna want to talk to you. Whatever makes them comfortable, they'll give you more.
So you just turned old? You just turned 19? No. 18? No. You
20.
20. Oh, I'm bad at math.
3 days.
And what's your phone number?
I don't have a phone.
You have a phone?
I lost my phone. So.
Where did you lose your phone? Where did you lose your phone?
I don't know.
He basically gave us a load of crap, excuse my language.
Detectives ask Brian about the last time he saw Madison.
So she came over for money, you said?
Yeah, for a cab.
How much money she want?
14.
$14?
Yeah.
Where was she gonna go?
To work.
To work, you said, yeah.
But she work in the morning and I work in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I give the money to her.
We know what happened and how it happened. That's done. But I'm curious why.
Yeah, she recovered me.
Okay.
Because I already know the answer.
She broke up with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
She recovered me.
Right.
I told her.
All the-
Explained to her.
all
I
the
didn't
time.
do anything to her.
Okay.
So she cheated on me.
She cheated on you?
She cheated on me this morning.
Well, that's
I
terrible.
know. Yeah, this morning I know.
Uh-huh.
And my friend, he told me he saw her with another guy. I didn't kill her. That was my friend.
You didn't kill her?
No, that was my friend.
How do you know she's dead?
Well, my friend, he told me.
What friend? Who's your friend?
Un amigo. Yo llamé a mi amigo.
¿Cuál amigo?
Angel.
Angel what?
I don't really know the last name. Just like that he told me about everything.
He what?
He told me about everything.
Angel told you about everything?
We can't rule out there's no person named Angel. There's even a little bit of a doubt that there's somebody else involved that can compromise the whole investigation.
We let him say whatever he wants. He'll say that he was with it. Angel was there. He was with him. He saw Angel do it. You know, we'll go along with that for some time, and then we put a stop to it. I don't even want to talk to you. If you're lying to me.
I'm not lying.
We have evidence that you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
You're the one who killed her. Stop. Don't put
Me?
Angel. Yes.
Me?
Yeah, you're throwing Angel. Angel's in heaven with God. The angels. You were there.
Yeah, with my friend.
You were there by yourself.
She told us.
She told us.
Madison.
We had him believing that Madison was alive and that she told us he did it.
We talked to Madison, okay? There's cameras out there, there's witnesses.
Sometimes we might have to lie a little ourselves to get him to talk. You know, a neighbor saw you there by yourself, or a camera across the street saw you there. We have to play their game. We have to think like them. Sometimes we have to think like a killer to catch a killer.
Tell me how you were feeling while you were standing there talking to her. How did it go?
Bad.
Bad in what way?
Like really bad because everything what I did to her.
You love it?
Yeah.
Were you sad? Were you angry? Were you
Yeah,
a mix
I was
of everything? Angry?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What happened?
That's what I did.
And what did you do?
What I did to her.
Listen, you went like this, did to her. What's that mean? And you went like this.
I don't know how to explain.
Well, explain in Spanish.
Say it in
if you have to.
Spanish, not talk.
Letting. Okay.
¿Le diste con qué? What's the thing? What did you use?
Knife.
A knife? So you killed her?
Yeah, me.
You said you stabbed her with a knife.
She was in her phone.
Oh, she was on her phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then she take my phone.
Okay. So now she has your phone?
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Then I do it like this.
With your right hand?
Yeah.
Okay. What did she say when that happened?
I run.
Run?
Yeah.
It was like the weight was off our chest. We knew we had our guy, but there's a lot of investigative work still left to do. While we were in the interview with Brian, we were downloading Madison's cell phone. It showed that Brian texts Madison hundreds of times that day, just obsessed with her.
It created a motive for the crime.
Brian Cordero Castro is charged with the first-degree aggravated manslaughter of Madison Wells and pleads guilty to 30 years in prison, plus 5 additional years for trying to escape police custody.